Hey everyone, and welcome to the VitaCast episode 22. I'm your host, Tyler Olthoff, and with me is Kyle Wakeling.
Hey, how's it going?
Also, we got Yuki doing our recording for us, so he'll be in the chat messaging us whenever he wants to talk about something. Yeah, we weren't here last week. We apologize. We had some stuff going on, and things happened, so we apologize for that. But because of that, we got a lot of news to go. But before we get to the news, let's talk a bit about what I've been playing. And a lot of my gaming lately has consisted of just MLB 14, the show, because I'm going to be reviewing that game. I've started writing my review, so yay! You will see my opinions probably pretty soon on the site, so be sure to check that out. What else did I play? I know I played something. Oh, Ragnarok Odyssey Ace. I bought that game. So I have it, and I played a little bit of it, and it reminds me of, obviously, the first one, Ragnarok Odyssey, because it's basically the same thing, just with extra features. But I'm enjoying it, because I enjoyed the first one, but a lot of people didn't enjoy it, but I like it. I think that's about all I've been playing lately. There's probably something else. I always forget something. It happens. What about you, Kyle?
Well, my Hot Shots golf addiction has flared up again, so
oh boy.
I'm always playing that a little bit here and there. But other than that, pretty much just Ragnarok Odyssey Ace. I haven't really given it enough attention, and I'm trying to get through it now so I can get that review out. So, yeah, that's what I've been playing.
Nice. Well, we might have to play some Ragnarok together.
Definitely. I haven't even played the multiplayer yet.
You haven't yet?
No.
Oh, jeez. Well, we're going to have to do that, and we're going to have to play some Hot Shots, because we haven't played Hot Shots Golf together in a while.
Yeah, I know. But I must warn you, I had a couple dollars in my account and decided to buy some high-end equipment. So
oh boy.
You might be in danger.
I'll still beat you.
Yeah, you'll shell out $8 and get something better.
There we go. Alright, what's coming out this week, you know?
This week in North America, we have Backgammon Blitz, Conception 2, Children of the Seven Stars, Dead Nation, Ethan Meteor Hunter, and No Heroes Allowed, No Puzzles Either. In Europe confirmed, we have Dead Nation, Ethan Meteor Hunter, and the Sly Cooper trilogy, so watch out for those.
Awesome. Got some games to play.
Yeah, definitely.
I just picked up Conception 2. I just got back from the store maybe 20 minutes ago. So.
Well, I have Conception too, so.
Well, whatever.
Kind of just worked out that way, but yeah, so I'll actually be playing it and telling you how much I hate it, probably.
Yeah, whatever. I'm looking at the back of it, and it says it has infrastructure to a two-player co-op. I'm really curious how that works. I bet it's something
that might
stupid.
Be interesting. Yeah, it's probably a mini game or something in it.
Yeah, I don't know, because I think Persona 4, it says infrastructure multiplayer, but it's not really multiplayer. It's just
people can help your friend or whatever. Yeah.
But that can confuse people to think oh my god, it has 2-player.
Well, we'll have to figure it out.
That we shall. All right. Well, let's head on over to the big list of news we got. Starting off with PlayStation Vita Pets is coming June 3rd. So it got announced back in Gamescom in August, and now we have a release date. So yay, if you're interested in some Pets games on the Vita, this one looks to be interesting, if that's what you're into. Up next, Liberation Maiden coming to PlayStation Vita. Originally a visual novel for PlayStation 3, Liberation Maiden Sin is following some of 5BP's other visual novels with a port to the PlayStation Vita. When Japan is invaded by major world powers, the Japanese government decides to fight, winning their independence. Due to Japan's strengths in aviation, the major powers are rallying their strength. The realm now halved. This leads to the outbreak of the Second War of Liberation, the new Japanese government setting up a defense front based in western Japan and beginning a production increase of Liberation machines. The PlayStation Vita version of this game is set to include new elements and CG events. Other enhancements have been hinted at, but have yet been detailed. Liberation Maiden Sin will be available on July 31st in Japan, priced at $68 yen for the retail copy, or 6,000 yen as a digital download, or 8,800 yen for the limited edition version. So yay, check that out. Tokuden Kyoku, is it Kyoku? Kyoku. Tokuden Kyoku is set for a 2014 release. Tecmo Koei has confirmed that they will be releasing Tokuden Kyoku, I already forgot how to say it, an upgraded version of Tokuden for the PlayStation Vita later this year. Tokuden Kyoku will retail at 5,800 yen for the physical copy and 5,100 for the download. As of yet, there has been no news of a Western localization. And we also get we get to look at a few of Tokuden's extreme new additions. The enhanced version of Tokuden shows off a few new screenshots toting its additions and changes. So there's a couple screenshots here if you want to check them out. There's a boss. He looks pretty badass. Returning to action shortly after the events of the first game, Tokuden Extreme's new content includes up to 2 times as many monsters, new enemies, and new boss battles. In addition to the new content, existing content has been tweaked. A prime example of this being the new movements and maneuvers available from enemies present in the original. And it says, don't worry though, it's not only the monsters and bosses getting upgrades and additions, the players will also be getting their share. New weapons, matana, and more will be available to customize your warrior, as well as a new spear-wielding slayer named Rike joining the fray. So yeah, sweet. More Tokuden stuff. I need to play that game more.
Yeah, me too. All these boss hunting games are coming out, and I'm just kind of all over the place. I got to review one, and then there's another one I want to play, and then Soul Sacrifice is coming up. Oh man, I'm just so many games.
So many, so little time.
Yeah, and they're so long too. Like, come on. I hate to say it, but make your games a little shorter. Not a lot, but a little.
I think they should just do like what Soul Sacrifice does. Like, have a nice story, and then just add a whole bunch of side missions that you can do for fun.
Yeah, that's true.
Because I beat Soul Sacrifice pretty quick.
Yeah, I platinum Soul Sacrifice pretty quick. All right, moving on. Next news. So it has been revealed that Kadokawa Games' Natural Doctrine is coming to Western markets on April 3rd, and NIS America will publish it for Western markets. So if you haven't heard about Natural Doctrine, it places you in a fictional world where everything revolves around a substance called Pluton. You'll need to extract Pluton from below the world's surface, although this will be no easy feat as a horde of dangerous beasts and monsters will be blocking your path. As you return to the surface, these creatures will follow you, so it'll be down to you to protect the city of Fest from chaos. So you can check that when it comes out, April 3rd, and we'll probably have new news, I guess, for the Western release. Moving on, Soul Sacrifice Delta's new Succubus DLC detailed. So Soul Sacrifice is getting another round of free DLC, just like the first one got. As with the original, the first of these updates is bringing a new monster in the form of the Succubus. There's some screenshots of that on the site. There's also been a new story quest added revolving around the sorceress Gingalane, I believe, from the Sanctuary faction. There's some screens of that, and there's another edition of the blank page mode, which is a new quest mode which generates random sorcerer quest. So there's some screenshots on that as well. Yeah, so now that Soul Sacrifice Delta, which we'll talk about later, is coming west, you might be able to see this DLC when it comes over here. Hopefully, maybe. And moving on, Zombie Smashing Z-Run sprints onto Vita in May. So it looks like Ukrainian developers Beat Shapers have announced that their upcoming zombie title Z-Run will be arriving on the Vita this May. The description here, as is normally the case once disaster hits, the world has been overrun by flesh-hungry zombies, and you're stranded in the middle of a post-apocalyptic city with no way out. Are you going to just stand there and get eaten and turn into a brainless living dead creature too? Not likely. In Z-Run, you never stand still. Anyone who does winds up dead. Stay on your toes if you want to stay alive in this thrilling action runner game. There's a trailer here. You can check out some screenshots for that as well. So we'll have to bring you more information on when that's coming out. but for now, we just have May.
All right. I don't know if I'm going to get that game. It looks kind of interesting, but I don't know.
I'm not so much on the runner games. Not a lot of them really catch me. I have to have a hook, and I don't think that hook is very good anymore. It's kind of played out.
They're just running away from you, seems, right?
Yeah.
Anyways. Bad pun. All right, next up for the news, we got the new Vita Bundle Football Manager Classic. It will be releasing on the 17th of April, and it's coming with the new 2000 model Vita, also a digital download of Football Manager Classic 14, and a 4 gigabyte memory card. So look out for that if you do not have a Vita and or wanting the new 2000 Vita. Next up, could Wild Arms jump on the Vita? Kentaro Motomura, producer of the series, wants it. Wild Arms is a JRPG series that has a fair crowd following since the series began back in the days of the PS1. The series has long been Sony exclusive, and recently Sony acquired the IP to assure this. In Famitsu magazine, Kentaro Motomura, I'm probably pronouncing that horribly, has confirmed that he can't talk about his next game, but he does want to see Wild Arms on the Vita. Having worked previously on Soul Sacrifice, it's safe to say Kentaro is a good pair of hands in Japan. Bleh, that was a pause. Good pair of hands. In Japan, a poll in Famitsu put Wild Arms right behind Final Fantasy in the series they want most on Vita, so it could happen. Interesting. Never played a Wild Arms. I probably should, because it sounds like it's something I might like.
I actually got it free back when they were giving away free PlayStation 1 games, like January of last year, and I haven't touched it.
Well, maybe you should.
Maybe.
Alright, next up, Hyperdimensia Neptunia producing Perfection Dated. So, we've been teased before, and now Compile Heart, Idea Factory, and Tom Soft's title will be hitting North America on June 3rd and Europe on the 6th, according to NIS America. The game features 4 idols, Neptune, Noir, Blanc, and Vert, and it's your job to teach them to sing, dance, and promote themselves to a healthy music career. You'll be able to grab Hyperdimensia Neptunia Producing Perfection either on the PlayStation Network digitally or boxed at retail. And there's a few screenshots if you want to check them out, so check them out.
All right, well, moving on. It looks like the Ratchet and Clank collection could be on the way to Vita. Now, this is a rumor, so take this with a grain of salt. But new listing at the online retailer Shop 2 points to maybe we will get it. They've got a box art mock-up with PlayStation Vita on it. It does have a Blu-ray logo on it, so like it's obviously a mock-up, as well as a price of £22.85, which with a I guess it would be regular price listing of £29.99 and a release date of June 20th. So not really sure if that's legit or not, but we just thought we'd let you know about that rumor. Also, we've got Starlight Inception coming this month. So way back in October of last year, there was a beta testing period, which Tyler and I were a part of. We thought it was kind of rough, but it looks like they've taken some time and actually gone over to maybe do some polish on it, as it's been, almost 6 months now. And now it's releasing on April 22nd in North America and 23rd in Europe. So it'll be only available in English voiceover with subtitles for French, Italian, German, Russian, and Spanish. And it's only available as a digital download with no physical version in any region. So look for that on the 22nd or 23rd of this month. And the PlayStation All-Stars Ultimate Update is live, so if you somehow did not hear about this, or if you've been away, go out and get your Vita and go on there and update your stuff, because there's a big update here, and you're going to want to, get with it. So the people spoke, and the team at Sony Santa Monica listened. After scouring through their message boards and going through piles of player feedback, Sony Santa Monica has created a patch that, as they call it, the Ultimate Balance Update for PlayStation All-Stars Battle Royale, and it's now available for download. The new update brings over 100 balance adjustments across all the characters, as well as general improvements in gameplay. Thanks to player feedback, each character has been tweaked and balanced so that the update would not only bring a superior challenge to the game, but also feel heavily impacted by your voice. Also included in the update is the unlock to the third costumes for both Zeus and Isaac. If you haven't purchased these characters yet, they will be available in the Graveyard Pack DLC, which will be on sale for the next 2 weeks across both North America for $1.99 and Europe for €149 or £119. The Graveyard Pack includes a battle arena stage based on Benny Evil's graveyard with elements from the Unfinished Swan. And there's a link to the complete list of feature changes on the post, as well as a trailer for this update.
Nice.
Yeah.
I've updated mine and I've played it a bit. It's fun. It's always fun.
I updated, but I haven't played yet.
Yeah, my friend, he just recently bought a Vita, like maybe 2 weeks ago, and I've been playing that with him, and it's been quite enjoyable.
Nice.
Alright, next up, the PlayStation Vita Slim launching in North America on May 6th. Yay! Can't wait, even though I won't be getting it.
Meh.
So, okay, quick side route.
Mm-hmm.
My friend, the friend I was just talking about that bought a Vita, sadly had to buy the Vita used because every single store around had no Vitas in stock. Literally none. All the GameStop, like we talked to GameStop and they said they have none in the state of Washington.
Wow.
And then we went to Walmart. All the Walmarts were sold out. We're just like, oh my god, what is this? So I'm hoping and praying that it's just because they were told by Sony to get rid of their stock and they're not sending any more until they get the new Vitas, which is kind of stupid. But
yeah,
is what.
Well, it's nice to see the stock went at least.
Yeah, it's nice, but at the same time, it's like people want to buy new Vitas. They sometimes don't want to get them offline and wait. They just want to go get them now. So you're getting used Vitas sold, which, I mean, it's still a Vita getting sold, which you're going to sell software and stuff like that. But, I mean, new Vitas, you want to get those sales up. But whatever. Just a thought.
Yeah. Yeah, I agree. It's kind of a dumb practice to completely empty your coffers before you refill them.
Yeah. Oh, well. I guess we'll have to wait and see. I'm hoping that all the stock gets replenished with the new Vita and everything's okay and people start buying them and yay.
Yeah.
Alright. Next up, Borderlands 2 out in May. Woo! And that would be May 13th to be exact. And the game will also feature the 6 DLC packs, one of them being, I'll just read them all. Captain Scarlet and her Pirate's Booty, Mr. Tongue's Campaign of Carnage, the Psycho and Necromancer character classes, the Ultimate Vault Hunters Upgrade Pack, and the Collector's Edition Pack. So that's awesome, because DLC, and it's free. Yay. I don't want to have to pay for all that DLC again. I'm so excited for this game. Kyle's ecstatic.
Woo.
Everyone knows Borderlands 2, so I'm not going to really read it off. There's a couple videos that have been posted about it. The announcement trailer, there's a screenshot, there's that person that took footage at that gaming event. So
I posted recently in a post that had it has like video, I guess, from off-screen video, like right from the Vita, like only a couple seconds, but it's probably got like 30 seconds of footage there, so you can take a look at actually what it looks like moving and stuff like that, get a little bit of a sense of what's going on right now.
Yeah, nice. So yeah, everyone knows what Borderlands 2 is, so I'm not going to go into it anymore. Next up, new Hotline Miami 2 trailer and details. So Hotline Miami was one of our favorite indie titles last year, and I reviewed that, and I loved it, so yay. I'm excited for this one. Due to the success of the original, a sequel subtitled Wrong Number is already inbound and will see a Vita release this year, as we told you in January. And now we have been treated to a trailer. So check out the trailer if you haven't yet. The game is set to feature 20 brutal chapters twisting through interconnected storylines of many different playable characters, each set against a variety of new locations and time periods. Delve into a world of violence with unique gameplay styles and savage new weapons through different playable characters throughout the game. Hundreds of new sprites and animations in the distinct visual style create lush new areas to clear floor by floor, and a driving new soundtrack keeps your heart racing and begging for more. Awesome. I love the soundtrack in the original.
Yeah, it was pretty good.
So yeah, that's awesome. I can't wait for it.
Yeah, me too. That'll be one I'll definitely be buying day one. Gotta love me some Hotline Miami.
Oh yeah.
Alright, moving on. So, Citizens of Earth announced. Have you ever wanted to be president? Well, too bad. You can definitely be vice president, though, in this new game announced by Atlas. So, Citizens of Earth is a new game from Atlas where there are no non-player characters. Everyone is recruitable, and your mission is to save the world from whatever it is that's happening. Something sure is going on, but it's up to you to find out what. So, here's the official description from the press release. You're the newly elected vice president of the world, spending some time in your hometown after winning a hard-fought election campaign. But suddenly, the whole world goes crazy bonkers, and you need all the help you can get to save it. In Citizens of Earth, the new RPG from Atlas and Eden Industries, help comes in the form of 40 recruitable citizens, each with unique abilities. Everyone can lend a hand, from the way to the jittery barista and the ever-optimistic weather lady to the notoriously skeezy car salesman. We got a trailer there for you, and some screenshots. And Atlas is also holding a contest to add a fan-created character to the town. There's details of the entry on the official page. You can get to that from the post on the site. And that's due out later this year, so we'll have more details on a release date as it comes. Hyperdimension Neptunia U heading to PlayStation Vita. So developed by Tamsoft of Senran Kagura fame, Hyperdimension Neptunia U is heading to the PlayStation Vita in Japan on August 28th. So the next title in NIS America series, Hyperdimension Neptunia U, is an action game that is a direct spin-off of the main RPG series Hyperdimension Neptunia. Hyperdimension Neptunia U will star characters Neptune, Blanc, Vert, and Noir. The game will also feature Dengekiko, a Dengeki mascot. A teaser site for the game was also launched. The game will launch in both physical and digital forms in Japan, and you can get pricing if you're interested in that on the site. And Mercenary Kings and more coming to Vita. So Tribute Games is bringing Mercenary Kings to Vita, with Ninja Senki DX and Curses and Chaos also in the cards for the future. So Destructoid has just learned at PAX East that Tribute Games is working on bringing Mercenary Kings to Vita, including the cross features Sony fans have come to expect, including cross-buy. The game is still a work in progress, but they promise to get it out as soon as it's done. They're also working on PlayStation Vita ports for Ninja Senki DX and Curses and Chaos, with Ninja Senki DX being an expanded version of the original PC title, and Curses and Chaos, an old-school wave-based beat-em-up style title also set for Steam. All these titles can be yours as Tribute Games completes them. As usual, check the site for more updates on release dates.
All right. Next up, BlazBlue Chrono Phantasma Dated. So, BlazBlue will be hitting North America on PlayStation Vita's June 24th. With it will come all the characters from the PlayStation 3 version, including 2 DLC characters, as well as over 30 hours of gameplay. Yay! Alright, next up, Hollow Fragments quests, loot, and more detailed. Oh boy, I'm excited. We get a look at some of the substance to the game as quest, loot, and more is explained. The Hollow missions are quests where you'll be accepting with the explicit reward of special skills, weapons, and more upon completion. Before heading out to take on a Hollow mission, though, you'll be able to form a party and get ready for the quest. Completing missions in offline mode will advance you through the story. However, online missions will simply end by sending you back to your home base. The material gathering system is another feature in the Hollow area. By meeting certain predetermined conditions, the game will grant you Hollow points, which can be used to buy special skills and equipment to augment your gameplay. While the tower in Angrad does have 100 floors, in Hollow Fragment you'll be starting out on the 76th floor, venturing on the most dangerous floors of the tower right away. There will be many powerful bosses that will require proper preparation before taking on, and you'll be able to check out all the kinds of information on the bosses right before taking them on. I can't read right now. Studying this information will be crucial to your success in most cases, so you'll have to pay attention to your enemies as well as yourself. Similar to the show and the light novel, there will also be a last attack feature in which certain weapons can only be obtained by getting in the last hit on bosses. This means that you'll want to time your last attack perfectly, lest a pesky non-player character ends up stealing your item drop. Boo! As for those looking to pre-order, we get a look at the 2 bonus items you'll get for doing so. Those who pre-order digitally will get both the Y shirt and the wedding dress, with the first print retail copies only getting the latter. And there's screenshots of it. So, Sword Art Online Hollow Fragment will release on April 24th in Japan, and still no word of localization. Boo!
I completely agree.
However, I was bored because it's coming out pretty soon. And I was looking on Play Asia, which is where I import stuff.
Yes.
And they have the Asian version, and it says, like, let me go to it right now. It says Asia. No.
Are you talking the Taiwanese version that has English subtitles?
I might be.
Partial English translation or whatever?
That might be it.
Yeah, there's the Taiwanese version, I believe, and it's partially translated into English. So it's not completely, and there's still, like, a lot of, I guess, Taiwanese characters or whatever on the screen, but there's a partial English translation there.
Yeah, this one, it says Chinese and English.
Chinese and English.
Yeah, so I might have to get that one.
Yuki's saying English only on the menus, but no, I've seen it in game too, just not everywhere.
Anyways, just a thought. I'm hoping that Bandai Namco will just be like, guess what, guys, we're awesome.
You would hope so. or maybe like somebody cool over here that does those fan translation kind of things.
Yeah, we should bug
pick it up.
Seed.
Yeah, we should.
Alright, next up, Project Rain World bound for Vita. Due to the partnership with publisher Adult Swim Games, Project Rain World is now coming to PlayStation Vita. If you don't know what Project Rain World is, here's the snaps from the Kickstarter page. Quote, Rain World is set in an abandoned industrial environment scourged by a shattered ecosystem. Bone-crushing intense rain pounds the surface regularly, making life as we know it almost impossible. The creatures in this world hibernate most of the time, but in the few brief dry periods they go out searching for food. You are a lonely nomadic slug cat, both predator and prey in this land. You must hunt enough food to survive enough cycle of hibernation. Other bigger creatures have the same plan. Inspired by the aesthetics and simplicity of 16-bit classics, the gameplay consists of platforming and fast-paced sneaking, both sneaking on your prey and sneaking in order to avoid larger creatures. A large focus of the development has been on enemy AI. They are cunning, vicious, and they are always hunting you. End quote. And you can check it out. There's I think that's a GIF. I think that's what it is. It's interesting looking. It's like a little video. Anyways, continuing on. Now here's the good part. Originally destined only for PC and Mac, the developers behind Project Rain World have indicated in a post on their Kickstarter page that it will be also hitting PlayStation Vita and the PlayStation Network thanks to Adult Swim Games picking up the title to publish. Here's the quote. Adult Swim Games are 100% here to help us take Rain World to the next level, aka we can now officially announce that Rain World is coming to PlayStation Network, PlayStation Vita, and well beyond. Rejoice. End quote. So, funded with over double its initial goal of 25,000, hitting over 63,000 in total with 3,000 plus backers, Project Rain World is set to hit hopefully this December. Yay!
Yay. I like how you're so enthusiastic, Tyler. It's nice.
Hey, it looks interesting.
Right? All right. Yeah. We'll see. All right, moving on. Sparkplug Games have revealed that its new endless action style game, Mech Runner, will be coming to the PlayStation Vita in July of this year. So the game was announced on Kickstarter, where Sparkplug Games are hoping to raise funds to enable them to add some finishing touches to the near-complete game. Powered by Unity Engine, Mech Runner is an endless runner where you pilot a massive robot capable of great destruction that is tasked with taking down the lethal OSO forces. Unlike other endless runners, Mech Runner gives you laser cannons, concussion bombs, and heat-seeking missiles to unleash destruction on the debris-littered streets, destroying buildings and enemies that get in your way. Playing Mech Runner can take anything from a couple of seconds up to a few minutes, depending on your skill level. The greater your skill, the longer the game, and thus more rewards for you to collect and content for you to unlock. Sparkplug Games also tell us that Mech Runner will feature a whole bunch of features that they list here, and I'm not going to read off. You can check the site if you're interested in that. And Mech Runner will release in July. But we don't know a specific date, so you have to check the site to find out. And there's a trailer and a bunch of screenshots and some renders, it looks like, if you're interested, on the website. The Layabouts have announced that they will be bringing platform game The Legend of Doodle to PlayStation Vita in the not-too-distant future. So The Legend of the Doodle is a platformer adventure with an emphasis on elegant simplicity. The game will feature over 500 bite-sized challenges and will allow you to explore several worlds that continually add new mechanics and find tons of hidden secrets. The developers have also added that there's no official release date or price to announce just yet. They can say that it will be soon and cheap, so that's always good. Keep a look at the Vita Lounge, and we'll inform you when we get those prices and release dates and or more information. There's a trailer there if you're interested. And Brazilian developers, looks like Elucis Interactive Graphics, are bringing the tower defense game Crinkle Crusher to the PlayStation Vita this summer. Crinkle Crusher puts you in charge of defending an outpost as the onslaught of ravenous crinkles begin their attack. These cute little choppers devour everything in their way and need to be stopped. Unlike traditional tower defense games, which require the player to set up defensive outposts to deal with the attackers, in Crinkle Crusher the player will have to cast the correct elemental spell in the right spot to deal with each of the crinkles. This will keep you on your toes as there are over 15 different types of crinkles across the 60 plus levels. Lucis Interactive Graphics is a newcomer to the Vita platform, but they have done some work for other PlayStation consoles in the past. They recently released the soccer rhythm game mashup Street Kicks Freestyle for the PSP and have primarily done games for iOS and Android, but are now using the Unity engine to bring their new game to the PlayStation Vita. So Crinkle Crusher is expected June or July. We'll bring you more details as they're released. There's a trailer here and some screenshots if you're interested.
Nice. All right, some awesome news. Japan Studio Games confirmed for North America and Europe. Yay! And those games are Freedom Wars. Woo! Kyle, get excited.
Yeah.
Soul Sacrifice Delta. Yeah, Kyle, get excited.
Yeah.
And Tainted Bloodlines. I don't know what that. That's what I said.
That's Over My Dead Body 2. They don't want to call it Over My Dead Body 2 over here, so it's Orishika. No.
Interesting. All right.
Yeah, from the Japanese name. So.
Okay. Well, yeah, 3 awesome sounding games. 2 of them, which I know. The other one, I have no idea what it is, but I will keep my eyes out on it. But I'm so excited for Freedom Wars. Oh my gosh.
Yeah, Freedom Wars and Soul Sacrifice are gonna be dope. Can't wait.
Yeah, I'm definitely getting Freedom Wars day 1.
Yeah. Me too. We'll have to crush some people online.
Yes, we will.
or monsters or whatever the hell you do online.
Yeah, isn't there there is competitive too, isn't there?
I think there's a bunch of different modes. I forget what all they entail, but I know there's like team up modes, and I think there might be like a versus mode as well.
That sounds ridiculous.
Yeah, it's crazy though. I know they're like whatever they released with the game over in Japan. I think they're adding like a whole bunch of stuff in an update too. So like it doesn't all come at once either. So they're expanding it and supporting it a bit, I guess.
Awesome. All right.
Yeah.
Well, that's awesome. I can't wait. Also, Over My Dead Body 2, which is that other game has a different name here, is set to release in Japan on July 17th, so look out for that if you're in Japan. Or you're wanting to import the Japanese version, if you don't want the English version for some reason. Alright, next up, Y2K, a game inspired by JRPGs. Apparently motivated by a playthrough of Persona 4 Golden and Earthbound, ACK Studios have decided to make a JRPG. Y2K sees players take on the role of someone not in education, employment, or training, that takes to 90s message boards after an elevator claims the life of a young woman. His quest for answers to why his tragedy has happened leads to more questions as he researches points him to a mysterious van the internet has dubbed the Death Cab. This Death Cab roams the streets, but nobody knows who's driving it or even seems to think it's a threat. But all that's about to change. Dun dun dun! This is a game that consists of gripping narrative over top of an expansive world. The world filled with memorable characters and scored by an emotionally moving piece of music. In addition, the game has an area called the Mind Dungeon. This area contains randomly generated dungeons that contain puzzles, story elements, and additional opportunities to gain experience. That's all on top of the action and platforming elements, bringing us to the culmination that comes quite close to a JRPG. The combat engine involves using magic to change the conditions of battle. For example, one of the spells called Panda Barrier allows the player to summon a stuffed panda that will protect the user for 4 turns. Spells like this are important as the game features enemies that are significantly more powerful than the characters, providing a need to strategize and choose spells that will strengthen the characters or weaken the enemies to level the playing field. Other types of spells include spells that can limit the way the characters attack, heal, increase their health, or temporarily grant them special abilities. Though no other platforms have been announced, it seems as if it's locked in for PlayStation Vita at the least. Awesome. Cool. Yeah.
Tyler, use Panda Barrier. Not very effective.
Yeah, it sounds interesting. I want to see more of it, though, before I really figure out if it's something I like.
Yeah. I agree. It definitely looks interesting, too. I like the design or whatever they've got going on there.
Yeah. Well,
so check it out.
Look for more stories as we get them. Alright, next up, Severed, a new game from Drinkbox Studio. Today, Canadian independent developers Drinkbox Studios announced their next project. Previous projects from Drinkbox include Mutant Blobs Attack and the critically acclaimed Guacamelee, the latter of which was the Vita Lounge Indie Game of the Year for 2013. Their new IP, Severed, is an action fantasy game that seems to be in the vein of touchscreen slashes such as Infinity Blade or Fruit Ninja. However, this is a Drinkbox game, so it will have no shortage of their unique, colorful, and seizure-inducing visuals to stand out, which you can see in the announcement trailer here. So watch that trailer. Here is Drinkbox Studios' own description of their new project. So, quote, in Severed, you play as a distraught warrior who is lost in a fantastical world. She is tasked with the challenge of knitting together pieces of her story from both the past and the future. Our heroine will embark on a journey through a surreal, non-linear world using a gesture-based combat mechanic to defeat enemies in this first-person adventure. Unlock new abilities, discover secrets of the land, and grow in power as you master both offensive and defensive techniques. Let Severed be your mystery to unravel. End quote. Severed is planned for a 2015 release on mobile platforms. However, other touch and motion-based platforms are being considered. This puts Vita as a likely runner for their new game, especially since Drinkbox's last 2 games were released first on Vita. So yeah, interesting. Definitely a different take from their last 2 games.
Very different take. I like that they like to experiment, though. It's cool that they have the balls to, do something off the wall.
Yeah. Well, hopefully Severed is a great game. I'll definitely have to give it a try if it comes to the Vita.
Yeah, we'll have to give it a go for sure. All right. So, Terraria update version 1.2 coming April 17th
Big news.
to Vita.
Listen up, Kyle.
Wah, 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 wah. All right, so according to a post on the Terraria Facebook page, it won't be long at all till we see that mythical 1.2 update grace our Vitas. So, quote from the Facebook page, "We are extremely happy to announce that on Thursday, April 17th, 2014, Xbox 360, PlayStation 3, and PlayStation Vita Terrarians will receive the massive and free 1.2 update."
Yeah!
Yeah, Tyler's over there, jumping up and down in his chair and stuff. I can see right now.
Give me.
So that's the word via a Facebook page, or a Facebook post made on the Terraria page. So in 2 days, we'll have that update. I'm not going to read off the bug fixes and the list of features because it's ridiculously long. It's over 100 items. So if you really want to know, go to the site and have a look. So mark your calendars, and this Thursday, check for those updates because it'll be there.
Can't wait to play with you, Kyle, right?
No, not happening.
Boo.
No Terraria for me, Tyler. All right, moving on. Now that we've satiated Tyler's appetite. Little Big Planet's DC Comics Premium Level Pack releases this week. So it's time to team up with the Justice League for a brand new adventure in the new DC Comics Premium Level Pack for Little Big Planet PlayStation Vita. Here's what's included in the DC Comics Premium Level Pack. You have brand new levels, so you can join forces with your friends at the Justice League again to put a stop to evil Lex Luthor's latest scheme, and a brand new story exclusively for Little Big Planet PlayStation Vita. The Hero Cape. The Hero Cape makes its way to PlayStation Vita's version of Little Big Planet and will allow any heroic sackfolk to glide great distances and perform incredible aerial stunts. Wall jumping. So with the wall jump surface material and the wall jump material tweaker, any creator will be able to give players the ability to wall jump in their Little Big Planet PlayStation Vita levels. Even more creative goodness. It says, looking to expand your creativity in Little Big Planet PlayStation Vita? This pack will also come with a whopping collection of new materials, objects, decorations, music, and even a new background to create with. And a bonus costume, Captain Gold. So hidden within this pack, you'll be able to find a costume that will allow you to dress up as the sinister Captain Cold. Don't forget that if you own Little Big Planet 2 or Little Big Planet Karting, you will be able to download this bonus costume for those titles as well. And believe it or not, it also comes with 7 new trophies and 40 pins to earn. So if you're down for being a completionist, you're going to need to get this pack. There's a trailer here if you're interested. Nice. This pack will be available for sure April 16th in Europe, and they haven't announced it for North America, but usually they do this and we either get it right now or we'll get it next week. So just check the update when it drops.
Sweet.
And okay, this one's a little weird, so I'll read it out and then we'll go over it a little bit. So Hero Crafter bringing King of Dragon Pass to PlayStation Vita, but then there's an update, and the update is maybe not. So they posted on Twitter earlier, and this is a quote from their post. HeroCraft is porting King of Dragon Pass to Android, Windows Phone, and PS Vita. They project release in Q2. Then it has a hashtag or whatever in the picture, and it has a picture here with a Vita logo and a Windows Phone and an Android logo on it. Then they post, a little while later, clarification, this is a quote, clarification, HeroCraft is porting King of Dragon Pass to Android and then will evaluate other platforms. So they pull a fake out and they say they're giving it to us on Vita, and now they're going to port it to Android, and then maybe we'll see if we get it. So if you're disappointed by that, if you're interested in this game, which it appears to be some sort of I don't even know. It's a strategic RPG kind of, but it's about like living. So you have to like clear forest to like get wood to like be able to make your house and like stuff like that. So it's kind of a unique game to be on Vita, and now they've kind of given it to us and then pulled the rug out from under us. So not really sure what to think. We have stepped in as a community and said, we want this, and stuff has happened before. So if you're looking for something like that, there's no harm in bugging them. There's some links on the post on the site here. You can link to their Twitter account and hound them about the game or whatever, if you want it. But, yeah, I don't know.
All right. Well, last two stories for us. The Hero Trap is coming to PlayStation Vita. With 3 hours left, Smashworks was able to reach their funding goal on Kickstarter to bring the Hero Trap to PlayStation Vita. This gauntlet-inspired dungeon runner puts you in the role of the most unlikely hero in the quest for gold and treasure. Much like Trine, you'll actually be controlling 3 characters at once, each a hero spirit that will possesses your character, giving him new attacks and abilities. You can then swap between them at any time to use the best hero for each situation. And yeah, there's a bit more information on here. There's some videos if you want to watch the videos to see exactly what you do. Its estimated delivery date is September of 2014, so a few months away. But yeah, check out the trailers, see if that's something that you're interested in. I need to watch the trailer because I haven't even watched it yet. Yeah, I'll do that. But not right now.
Alrighty.
Alright, the last story of the day for us. Bot Zone blasts into action on Killzone Mercenary. The much anticipated Bot Zone mode from Guerrilla Cambridge's FPS Killzone Mercenary is launching on PlayStation Vita this week. Available from today in North America and tomorrow for Europe, Bot Zone delivers an offline multiplayer experience for players to enjoy when there is no internet connection available or who want a bit of practice before diving into the online game. When you purchase this new mode, the Bot Zone Soldier Training Pack, all of the multiplayer maps from the game can be played offline in either Mercenary or Guerrilla Warfare modes against as many as 7 AI soldiers. Once you have made the purchase, you will unlock the in-game Bot Zone menu. As you will be the game's host, you can decide how to balance the teams. The new Bot Zone mode will also see the AI using all the features seen in Killzone Mercenary, with them being able to make the most of Vanguard usage, zipline navigation, interrogations, rescues, capsule hacking, and Valor card collection, to name but a few. Also confirmed is that multiplayer trophies can be obtained while playing in Bot Zone mode, so if you are finding any trophies hard to get a hold of, here's your chance. Finally, there will also be a title update launching at the same time to fix previously reported collision issues when playing in the multiplayer maps. This will be a mandatory update for anyone wanting to play online and will require 23 megabytes free on your memory card to download. Costing $2.49 in North America and $2.49 in Europe. Will you be buying a Bot Zone? Yeah, I am not going to. I don't need it.
We got multiplayer for practice. I'm not afraid to shoot some other people or get a stupid low kill death ratio. I don't care. It's just a game.
I mean, yeah, I see if you're really into Killzone and you're like constantly not having internet connection, then I guess this is like a great option to have. But for me, I don't really need it.
Yeah, a lot of people are saying it's good for grinding out some of those, multiplayer trophies or whatever, too. They're willing to pay for that, but I got them all the legit way, so I'm
Yeah, all right. Well, that is all our news for this week. So, Kyle, let's head on over to some listener mail.
All right. Well, for listener mail, we've got, it looks like 2 listener mail here. So I'll just start with the first one. Hey guys, Jack here. What do you guys think about Soul Sacrifice Delta rumor that it might be coming to the West? Ha ha ha. If so, will you pick it up? And when do you think it will be releasing? I think it will be around April or May, given how the original was released around the same time. Thanks, guys. Jack Gall. So this obviously came before the announcement of Soul Sacrifice coming in, etc. But we'll take it for the general question in there. So, what do you think about Soul Sacrifice coming to the West?
Well, I think it is.
No, but what do you think about it coming to the West?
Well, I think it's.
Do you think it's good?
Yeah. Oh yeah. Yeah. I think the first one did pretty well, didn't it?
Yeah, it did not bad.
Yeah. So I mean, the first one got attention, and I'm assuming this new one will get more attention. Although the one thing that's I think might hold it back is the fact that a lot of people aren't educated enough to know that it's actually a little different, and people are just gonna assume it's just an update or something like that.
Yeah, well, it's selling okay in Japan right now, but I don't believe it sold anywhere near as well as the first one did in the first little while. So,
yeah, well, that's the problem with they really should have just. Well, I don't know. I mean, I don't think I've really asked you, but what would have you preferred, this or Soul Sacrifice 2?
Yeah, see, I don't know, because they haven't really started Soul Sacrifice 2, so as something to bridge the gap, I think it's, a decent idea, but if they were going to get to work on Soul Sacrifice 2 right away instead, maybe that would have been more worth it. I don't know.
Yeah, I don't know. Who knows? Maybe, well... Yeah, I'm not the biggest fan of these. Ragnarok Odyssey Ace. They're doing the same thing. I'm not the biggest fan of it. I shouldn't have bought it. The only reason, I was at GameStop and I can't remember what game. Oh, no, but I was going in there to pre-order something and the person, I was like, "Oh, did that come out today?" And they're like, "Yeah." And then I was like, "How much is it?" And they rang it up and they're like, "Oh, it's this." And then I was like, "All right," and I kind of didn't say I wanted it, but they just left it there, and I was like, I guess I'm buying it. So then I just bought it, and I was like, okay.
Wow. That's quite the story, Tyler.
Yeah, so, I'm not the biggest fan of it, but I do have a game that did the same thing, basically.
Yeah. Well, for me, I never played Ragnarok Odyssey, so having Ragnarok Odyssey Ace is a new experience for me. I don't get that whole, doing it again kind of feeling.
Right.
But I've played Soul Sacrifice, and I played the demo for Soul Sacrifice, the Japanese demo. And really, for me, there's enough new there that it warrants another playthrough. I don't know what they added to Ragnarok Odyssey Ace, and it seems like they're adding a lot to Tukiden, but really, even the Tukiden, what they're saying so far, that doesn't really draw me in. But the Soul Sacrifice one kind of did, and that's why I'm interested in that one, and I'd go back through it again, kind of, because it's, some of the areas are just remasters or whatever.
Yeah. Yeah, I'm noticing a few of the changes they made in Ragnarok Odyssey Ace, which is definitely nice, because it's like, oh, this wasn't in the original, this adds some flavor, those Ace skills, that you get, those are not in the original.
Oh, well, that would be horrible because I use the hell out of those.
Yeah, so just imagine the game not having those. That's what is one of the big differences I've noticed so far.
The thing with Ragnarok Odyssey Ace for me is I don't know, the idea is okay, but the way that they execute it, I just don't know what they're thinking with this whole do the same area over and over and over again. You play the same area, and it just opens up a little bit more every time, kind of.
Yeah, that does get a little old.
And they're really kind of cheesy. It looks like Super Mario 64 or something. You're running through this really flat, there's no detail to anything world, and then there's these little creatures or whatever running around you have to fight. I don't know.
Yeah.
Yeah. Seems kind of sloppy.
Yeah. Oh.
Yeah.
Anyways, to continue with his question, when do you think we'll be releasing? Did they announce the release date? I think they did. I thought it's the same day as Borderlands 2.
Yeah, I think it is May 13th for Soul Sacrifice.
Which is not very smart.
Well, it isn't, because they appeal to different crowds.
That's true.
The person who's going to buy Borderlands 2 isn't necessarily going to buy Soul Sacrifice Delta, although it is going to have, some overlap there.
Yeah.
And they should spread out big games like that, I agree. But at least it's not, them releasing, Grand Theft Auto and Killzone Mercenary right around the same period like they did. That was a bad idea.
Yeah, at least they were smart enough to change the date when they realized it was the same day.
Yeah.
And they made it earlier.
That's for sure. So you think you're going to pick up Soul Sacrifice Delta?
I think I'm gonna wait, maybe. I mean, I might, because you'll probably be talking about it so much, and I'm like, fine, Kyle, I'll get it, jeez.
We're like, Tyler, you gotta get this game. We gotta go sacrifice some souls, brother.
Yeah, I at the moment, I have no interest in it, but I probably will. Yeah, Kyle will talk me into it, so just watch. I'll tweet about it. I'll be like, got it, day one.
and look how easy it was to talk into getting Ragnarok Odyssey Ace, so it's not going to be hard. I'll just be like, Tyler, go get it, and I'll be like, yeah, okay.
Pretty much.
Yeah. All right, moving on to the next question. So this one's, I don't know, kind of really easy to answer, and it's not really, a open forum kind of question, but hello, I enjoy your podcast, but would like to listen to it on my podcast app on my phone. Is there an RSS feed that is available so I can listen in an external client? Thanks, Pat Demeron. So, yes, we do have an RSS feed. It wasn't completely clear on how to get there or whatever before, but now we have it linked to on the VitaCast page. So if you go to our main website, just the VitaLounge.net, at the top there's a link. It says the VitaCast. If you click on that, there's a link right on the page. It says RSS feed or something like that, link to RSS feed. There you go. You can get it right from there because it's not super clear without kind of fiddling around. But people keep asking, and I'm going to state it again. We will let you know right now we are not on iTunes. So, yeah. Sorry, guys, but we're not.
We're looking into some stuff, though. But also, if you do have a smartphone, I think iPhone has it. If you download the SoundCloud app, I upload the episode of the week on there. But sadly, I don't pay for it, so I have to delete the episode when I upload a new episode. But if you do have a SoundCloud app, you can listen to the podcast on your phone, as long as you stay up to date week to week.
And I believe I fixed all the links in the different VitaCast episodes, as well as putting them on that VitaCast page. So if you want to download them, or I believe if you have an external podcatching app that'll actually use custom RSS.
All right. Well, awesome. Thanks for your guys' questions. Next up is our game recommendation of the week, and I think it's Kyle.
Yeah.
What do you got?
I'm going to recommend this week Draw Slasher. Now, I know you're thinking, okay, why are you recommending Draw Slasher? Like, that's kind of a mobile-esque game, but it's actually pretty fun. There's not a lot of big challenges or whatever to come back to, but it's fun for just popping on and having a minute of gameplay or whatever. I still play it all the time, actually, and it's only $150 on PlayStation Plus this week in North America. So, like, really for $150, you can't go wrong. And it's a decent game, and it has some trophies, and yeah. So,
nice.
Play it.
Yeah, I have that game. It's actually a lot of fun, so very great recommendation, Kyle.
There you go.
All right. Yeah, let's get out of here. We got all the news, the new releases, mail. We're good to go.
Yeah, don't forget, there's always new reviews going up all the time. I'm not even sure what's gone up since the last time we had a podcast, but there's quite a few new reviews, so go check those out on the site, and there's new ones coming every day.
Yep, I've got MLB 14, hopefully soon. I still got a lot to play, because I want to get all the features down before I just start writing stuff, so.
Yeah.
All right. Well, be sure to check the site, thevitalounge.net, for all the stories that we read off here. Also, you can find us all on Twitter. I'm at Mr. PSVITA Reviews. Kyle is at Teflon Tactics. Yuki is at Yuki_WR. You can also find us on Facebook. Just search the Vita Lounge. Don't forget to join the forum. Just go to thevitalounge.net/forum and sign up. Join the conversation. Also, we haven't been doing it lately because I've been quite busy lately. The lounge play, but hopefully we can get that going pretty soon because that was a lot of fun when we were doing it.
Yeah, now we have Ragnarok Odyssey Ace, so we can look bad in that too.
Yeah, and then eventually Freedom Wars, we'll be able to do some of that. Oh,
Yeah, and when I talk you into Soul Sacrifice. Yeah.
And when I talk you into Borderlands 2.
When you send me a copy of Borderlands 2.
Okay. That is. Well, anyways. Yeah, we need to get that going back up. So that's just, I think you just need to search Lounge Player. It's youtube.com/loungeplay.
Yes,
You'll find our YouTube channel and subscribe to that and look for videos. But other than that, I hope you guys have a great week. Play some Vita games, and we will see you hopefully next week. See ya.